Do maybe a couple of problems of review together, and then I'll let you guys try a couple on your own. So remember that the rule for 45, 45, 90 triangles, so this is 45 degrees and this is 45. The rule is that the legs of the triangle are the same, so we represent them as x. And then the hypotenuse of our triangle is the leg, so x, times the square root of 2. So on this first example, we are given the hypotenuse of the triangle. So the 56 root 2 is on the x root 2 side, which means that 56 root 2 is equal to x root 2. So we can divide by root 2 on both sides because we're trying to get x by itself to figure out what the leg is going to be. So root 2 divided by root 2 cancels because it divides to 1. So on both sides, root 2 divided by 2 divides to 1 and cancels. So our x, or the leg of the triangle, is 56. So here our legs are 56, and the hypotenuse was 56 root 2. All right. So here's another example on number 2. So this one we're given a leg. So our leg is always our x's. So that the other leg is also going to be 17 because the legs are always the same. And then the hypotenuse is x, or your leg, times the square root of 2. So since x was 17, this is 17 root 2. So our legs were 17, 17, and 17 root 2. Okay, let's see. You guys try 3 and 4. Oh, alrighty. Good. Nice. We're going to go ahead and try 5 on the back. Uh-huh. Okay, you can look up and check your work when you're ready. And then if you got those right and didn't have questions, go ahead and flip over and try the one on the back. It's one step harder. But if you had questions about 3 and 4, I'll walk around and you can ask me real quick before you try number 5. Sure. Okay, so the basics is what you have right here. That in these 45, 45, 90 triangles, these two legs are the same. So we represent them with x's. And the hypotenuse is whatever the length of this is times the square root of 2. So we write that as x times the square root of 2. So like on this problem, we're given a leg. And so we say, okay, well this is on the x side, so that means that x is 17. So this x is 17, this x is 17. And for this one, since this side is always x root 2, you know what x is, we're plugging in. So we're plugging in 17 for x. On this one, we were given the hypotenuse. We say, okay, so this is x root 2 x root 2 side. X root 2 times and so we can solve for x. So x is equal to 6. And so then we use plugging in x. Any follow-up questions? I
thought it was like the one where you divide. You know, where you like set it up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So okay. So right at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So what's something that we can divide by? Small fraction. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just did that one with everybody, and then I'll give you guys my number. Let's do that. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
No, because the hypotenuse should still be 16. So this is your x root 2 side. So you should have x root 2 equals 6. And then solve for x.
Yeah, I was sitting. I was talking about and you're listening to
On
the for raw.
Yeah.
And I was like, good. There you go. How was it then? Go for
On
it.
the subject? Okay. So the rule is, for these triangles, is that in a 45 triangle, these sides are x,
I wasn't there.
and this side is x times the square.
It was fun.
So whatever is on that side is that it's equal. Well, the hypotenuse is always going to be whatever this is times the square root of 2. It won't always have that number on it. Sometimes it gets canceled out by something else. Which we'll see that in a second. But for now, since this number is on the hypotenuse, we said it equals to x root 2. So 56 equals x root 2. Because now we can solve for x. Because once we solve for x, that's so divide by 5. So now x is 56. And so that's this x. And that's this x. Yeah. I'll do the one on the back also. Yeah.
Are you gonna go?
Yes.
I wrote back to you. So
Yeah, and then I'll do that one with everybody, and then give you guys another. Yeah.
Oh, and
Okay, guys, let's do number 5 together. So, for number 5, remember the pattern is still x root 2. So 16 is on the x root 2 side. So since 16 is on the x root 2 side, we set them equal. So we say 16 equals x root 2. And then our goal is to solve for x, because once we solve for x, those are the legs. Okay, so in order to solve for x is being multiplied by root 2. So we want to divide by root 2 to get x by itself. So on the right side, root 2 divided by root 2 cancels and divides to 1. So I have x equals 16 divided by the square root of 2. But can we leave our answers like that? No, right? We have to rationalize because it's improper to leave your square root on the bottom. So we're going to multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. Because when we rationalize, we multiply by something equal to 1. So root 2 over root 2 is equal to 1. Across the top, we get 16 root 2. Across the bottom, we get root 4. And then you ask yourself, what is the square root of 4? 2. So root 4 can simplify to 2. So now we have 16 root 2 over 2. And then we say, can we simplify any more? And yes, we can, because 16 divided by 2 is just 8. So this simplifies to 8 root 2. And so all of that is still equal to x, what we were solving for. So 8 root 2, 8 root 2. Do you guys want another example like that one to try? No? You're good? Okay, let's try number 6 though, because you didn't see these last class. Remember, this is the birthday cake method where we have 360 at the bottom and we're dividing by small numbers. I always start with dividing by 2 if our numbers are even. So 360 divided by 2 gives us 180. 180 is still even, so I can divide by 2 again. So 180 divided by 2 gives us 90. 90 is still even, so I can divide by 2 again. 90 divided by 2 gives us 45. 45 is not even, so we have to switch numbers. Is 45 divisible by 3? Yes. It is. So divide by 3, we get 15. 15 I can still divide by 3, so 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 can only be divided by 5, so 5 divided by 5 is 1. And once you have the 1 on the top, it's like your birthday candle on top of the cake, so you know that you're done. So once you're done with that part, you're looking for pairs. So you're only circling 2 numbers for a pair. So we have a pair of 2s. We have a pair of 3s. There's a lonely 2 and there's a lonely 5. So everything that's lonely has to stay inside the radical. So we said that we had that lonely 2 times we had that lonely 5. Because we have a pair of 2s, we have a 2 come out. Because we have a pair of 3s, a 3 comes out. And if you have more than one thing inside, they multiply. If you have more than one thing outside, they multiply. So on the outside, 3 times 2 is 6 times the square root of 10. Let's see, I'm going to think of another one to give you guys to practice this one. Let's see. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure how this one's going to simplify, but try doing 410. Try that one. Yeah, so you guys try simplifying the square root of 410. I think I gave you guys one that can't be simplified very much, huh? That's what happens when I try and come up with a problem just off the top of my head. Is this where you guys were? Did you divide 410 by 2? And you got 2 of 5. Then I divided by 5 and I got 41, but then 41 is prime. So 41 can only be divided by 41. So, hey, no pairs, right? So since we have no pairs, we just have a lonely 2, a lonely 5, and a lonely 41. This guy actually can't be simplified at all. Crazy, because everything just goes back inside. Wow, that was an exciting problem. Okay, let's see.